Today, we're going to talk about CWAs, chicks with attitudes. All right, guys, welcome to the show. And today, we're going to talk about chicks with attitudes and why we should not focus on building attraction. Now, what I'm going to tell you is a little bit different than what most of the pickup dating advice is out there, but just go along with me because I've been learning a lot from my man Ozzy from RSD, and some of the things that he has been showing me through his videos has really helped out my game a lot. And one of the things he talks about is don't worry about attraction. That means don't focus on trying to build attraction, trying to create attraction, trying to get a girl attracted to you, because attraction is fickle. Attraction can go up, down, around, here today, gone tomorrow, here 1 second, next second gone. It doesn't matter. Attraction is not what we're after. Anytime we focus on attraction, it just creates fear in ourselves, and then we're afraid to lose it. So the main thing to do is to forget attraction. And basically, that means we want to focus on our own fears and getting rid of those fears. Because once we show a fearless approach to any girl that we see, then our performance is going to go up, and basically that will automatically be attracted to a girl. And when that happens, we are going to come off more confident, more congruent, and basically the girl is just going to be falling into our frame. Because if she can't get us to change our frame or get us to change our reaction, then she will have to change her reaction to us, which is basically her behavior mirroring our behavior. So basically, that means when we go in an approach, and as you all well know, I like to use a high five opener. Sometimes a high five opener doesn't work. So you have to just go in with whatever you got. And if it doesn't work, then you have to still be friendly and show the girl that you don't care how she reacts to you. And what you'll find is that, yes, a girl will get maybe nasty with you, or maybe reject you, or you might even have a blowout. But if you stay in there, stay in the set, maybe use a false time constraint, get her to stay in, keep going, keep staying friendly, you'd be surprised how you can actually turn that around. So this is one of the things that I've been learning how hard it is to do, because everybody's so used to feeling good when the interaction is going good, or being friendly when the girl is friendly back to us. But you'll be surprised that even when the girl is not friendly, and you go ahead and ignore what she's saying, even if what she's saying is like, ugh, get away from me, you'll be surprised how actually you'll be able to turn it around, because the girl realizes that her rejecting you doesn't have any effect on you, and that automatically makes her attracted to you. So it's a little counterintuitive, and if you try to use it as a tactic, it's still not going to work, because you're still trying to build attraction. So the main thing is to just forget about attraction altogether. We're not trying to attract a girl. We're not trying to build attraction. We're not trying to create attraction. The only thing that we're worried about is how good we look around the club or around the venue, because everybody's got their attention on that hot girl that we're talking to, and we can make it look a lot better than maybe the interaction is actually going. And that's because everybody will see that we're the ones that's in control of ourselves. We're not the one worried about whether or not the girl's attracted to us, and the girl will actually look like she's falling into our frame. So that's just one of the things that I've been learning here lately. It's amazing. Had an experience just last night. Girl's real mean, real attitude. Just went up to her. First thing I tried to do was go for the high five. She wasn't going for it. Told her, say, hey, come here. She was like, what do you want? Next thing you know, she came back around again, stopped her again. Next thing you know, same thing, leave me alone. And then saw her again, third time. Next thing you know, I got her to stop. Next thing you know, I was talking to her ear, just saying, hey, you're cool. I like your vibe, that sort of thing. And it turned around. So it was a real eye-opener for me, because it just goes to show you that if you stay friendly and you actually, portray that cool vibe that's congruent and consistent and persistent, the girl can't help but to turn around. And it's an amazing thing. I mean, it's all you have to experience for yourself, which is why just me telling you is not going to work. You have to experience for yourself, so you get that reference experience to know that, hey, just stay friendly, just stay cool, and you can actually turn these real hardcore blowouts. You can actually turn that around. So, and another thing too is when you go in, you can just basically ignore what the girl is saying altogether, because even if she's saying things that are nice and polite and what you want to hear, you might actually get worried that you would lose the attraction that you have from her. And therefore, it's just better to just make statements about how cool the vibe is, or how cool the venue is, or how cool maybe she is, or her friends, or what have you. Because anything that drifts towards a more logical conversation, anything that if you're not physical and you're having to, you feel like you're forced to ask the chode questions, it's not going to work. So it's better to just friendly statements, keep talking about how you feel, how the place is, or how much of a good time you have, or what have you. Just ignoring basically what she says. Just pretend like you can't even hear her, and you just keep vibing back and forth about how good of a time you're having. And you'd be surprised that how you can actually keep her in set. Another thing too is, as you know, physical game is the most important thing, because let's say you get the girl that was acting all, I should say, with a lot of resistance, still in set. You're able to hold her in set. You once you're surprised that, well, hopefully you get to a point where you're not surprised, but once you're actually shocked that she's actually still in set after just trying to blow you out, you might have to remember that you got to find a way to get back to physical game. And that means go back for the high five, even if it's for no reason. It's just, remember, at any time you can always give her that strong eye contact and basically put a big smile on your face, put your hand up in the air for no reason, and she'll go for it. I mean, you already kept her in set. She'll go for it. Use that high five to bring her in and expect the resistance. But more than likely, if you pass her first resistance, or her first try to blow you out, more than likely she'll just stay in, let you put an arm around her, and next thing you know, you got a really hot girl with a lot of attitude all on you, like no other. So that's something to remember, is you can actually turn these blowouts around. My epiphany in all this is that a blowout or a rejection is not even possible anymore, because unless the girl runs away, which very well could happen and happens all the time, if you're able to see that girl again, you can bring her back in, keep maintaining that friendly vibe, and ignore what she's saying. Kind of like that cartoon character, Pepe Le Pew, is one of my favorite cartoon characters from Warner Brothers. You can actually use that to turn it around and just keep going with what you want to do, with what you want to say, with your leading and your physicality, and basically turn a girl who you might not have even thought that would actually like you, stay in set. And so that's just something to remember. And checking my notes here to see if I have anything else to say on this subject. One thing Ozzy likes to do with his students is to set a time limit as a goal for any guy to stay in set. So in other words, instead of focusing on attraction and trying to get attraction from the girl, it's better to focus on something totally separate, which has nothing to do with the interaction, that being the 2-minute mark or the 2-minute limit, to where if you pass that 2 minutes, you can actually see the interaction turn around. And if that means telling the girl, hey, come here, I'm not finished with you yet, or I got something else to tell you, or something like that, keep it going, keep that friendly vibe going. Just try to last for 2 minutes, and you'll be surprised. You'll get past the 2 minutes. Next thing you know, she's getting used to you, or she's starting to warm up to you. Start going for the high five again. Start trying to pull her in, try to get back into that physicality. And then next thing you know, you got you a solid interaction. So that's just some of the tips that I'm just going to share with you today. I know rejection is hard, especially for guys who are new and starting out in this. I know it was for me. And for a while, I would try to pretend like I didn't let blowouts affect me. But really, I knew that they were, because I just didn't know the reasons why. Every guy wants to know, how come a girl rejects me, even though we know and we hear all the time that it doesn't matter, or not every girl's meant to like you. But if you understand that you can actually turn those blowouts around, turn the rejection around just by staying friendly and congruent, being congruent in your friendliness, then you will no longer just be faking it when you say, I'm no longer effective from blowouts. Because a blowout, once you get enough reference experiences of blowouts actually turning around, and a girl starting off not liking you at all, to a girl actually starting to like you and maybe even leave the venue with you, you're going to be convinced that blowouts don't matter. Especially if you live in a smaller town and you see some of these girls over and over again, you're going to realize that if you stay friendly and you always greet them and say hi to them with a nice smile on your face and or high five, what have you, you'd be surprised how you won't even remember, and neither will she remember, that the first time you guys met, it was a massive blowout. So basically, that's all I have to say about that. But just a few announcements before we go. Express Coach, like I said, the app is finished. It's in beta testing right now. It's going to revolutionize virtual coaching, so be on the lookout for that. I can't wait to give you guys more details about it, but first we have to wait for the beta testing to be finished. And then also my review for Making the Shift by RSD Julian, that's coming up, so you don't want to miss that. Julian is probably the most talented in RSD and the most popular in the RSD company, so be on the lookout for that, because I'm going to go ahead and review his product, which I've subscribed to some months ago. So that will all be on the Seduction News Network channel, so be on the lookout for that. And then finally, stay tuned for more tips like this. Also, I'm going to be putting out infill videos of not only me practicing my game, but also using the app from Express Coach in my out in the field. So all this stuff is coming. A lot of new things coming to this channel. I'm trying my best to build this channel up. So please like and subscribe, comment below, and as always, keep taking action.